Okay, let's get into this. We are heading deep into, well, a kind of legendary place in Europe today, the B500 route.
Mhm.
Specifically, that really unsettling 60-kilometer bit between Baden and Freudenstadt, Germany's Black Forest.
Right, it's famous, isn't it? Super dense forest, dark even during the day, and yeah, loads of spooky stories over the years.
Exactly. But this deep dive, it isn't really about the old folklore.
No, this is focused. It's built around just one account, but it's incredibly detailed, first person from 2014.
And it's this amazing clash, isn't it, between like ancient, really deep-seated fear.
And this super modern cutting edge truck technology, a real collision.
Yeah. So our mission here is basically to follow this truck driver, a long-haul guy, and his dog, Rex.
A very perceptive dog, apparently.
Right. Minute by minute, really, and see how that feeling of safety from all the tech just evaporates.
Yeah, when faced with something genuinely unknown, why did this expensive high-tech vehicle basically fail him?
We need to figure that out.
And the setup is fascinating because the driver, he's not some easily spooked person. He's a pro.
Experienced trucker.
Decades of experience, originally from Pakistan, but lived most of his life in Germany, knows the roads.
And Rex, the dog, you mentioned he's key.
Absolutely. The driver called Rex like his own child.
Yeah.
And described him as being totally tuned into his mood, like a living stress detector.
A furry barometer.
Yeah.
Okay, and the truck itself, this wasn't just any truck.
No way. Fortress on wheels is a good way to put it. Fully automatic semi, packed with safety gear, way beyond the standard stuff.
Like auto drive for highways.
Yeah.
Collision avoidance.
Yep, all that. But the really advanced part was inside the cab. Surveillance, but not just for security.
For the driver.
Exactly, for his well-being. Sensors and cameras pointed right at the driver's eyes.
Whoa, why?
To detect sleepiness, fatigue. If those sensors picked up anything suggesting he was drifting off, bang, auto brakes instantly.
Regardless of what he was doing.
Didn't matter. Safety override. The whole cabin was like a survival pod, heat, AC, proper bed, even a kitchen area.
You'd feel untouchable in something like that.
You really should. Invincible, almost.
But he made a mistake. A simple human thing.
Yeah, he admitted it himself. Just a bit of laziness, he said. Started his trip late.
Knowing he'd hit that specific B500 stretch. The really gloomy part after dark.
Right. And that seems small, but why was that delay so critical? Not just timing.
Psychologically.
Exactly. Because that truck, with all its tech, it's designed for known risks. Traffic jams, driver fatigue, bad weather, stuff you can quantify.
Predictable problems.
It wasn't designed for, let's say, the psychological pressure of extreme, unnatural isolation. Hitting that road at night took away the one thing technology can't give you.
Daylight.
Natural light, yeah. Sun goes down, the whole feel of the place changes.
Yeah.
Instantly oppressive.
And the account really emphasizes that shift, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Describes the trees lining the road.
So dense and leaning over.
That they just block out the sky. And his headlights, these massive truck headlights, they start throwing these terrifying shadows.
He actually described them, didn't he? Said they looked like huge, ancient people.
Yeah. Standing on both sides, bent over, just watching him drive past. Ugh.
And this is where Rex, the dog, comes back in. Remember the reliable barometer?
What did he do?
He'd been fine, enjoying the ride, but now visibly nervous, agitated.
Okay, so the dog feels it too.
Definitely. And then the driver notices something else. Movement. Up high in the treetops.
Following the truck.
Seemed like it. Something tracking them. He couldn't see anything specific. He used this weird phrase, invisible.
Huh. Invisible. Okay.
But the leaves, the branches, they were shaking, like something heavy was running along the tops of the trees, keeping pace with the truck.
Wow. Okay, that's unsettling.
So what does he do? He kills the music. Instantly. Just silence in the cab.
And then the silence gets broken.
Oh, yeah. Big time. A sudden, loud thud right on the cabin.
Something landed on the truck.
Jumped onto it from the trees and Rex. The dog just immediately went quiet, pressed himself flat on the floor, utterly terrified.
Oh, man. So they both heard it, felt it.
Absolutely. And then the footsteps started. On the roof.
Footsteps. Like
He described them very clearly, just like a human's, but very heavy, moving across the roof of the trailer behind him.
Okay, stop. You're in this machine, this multi-million-dollar tech marvel that calculates everything.
Trajectory of friction, braking distance.
And it has absolutely zero protocol for heavy footsteps on the roof.
None. What do you even do?
Well, you tried to use the tech, right? The cameras.
He did, pulled up the feed from the exterior cameras on his dashboard screen.
He doesn't see anything.
He caught something, just a glimpse, a
Yeah.
black shadow, he called it, jumping from the trees onto the truck.
Okay, so there is something. And
My camera lost focus, went blurry or something.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker, the really telling psychological part.
What?
He instantly dismissed it, called it a glitch.
No way. He saw a shadow jump onto his truck and just blamed the camera.
Yep. Total denial. He had this tool, this camera system, designed to give him objective visual proof of what's happening outside.
And his brain just rejected it.
Completely. He said later he just didn't have the guts to rewind and watch it again. It was easier to believe the tech failed than to face, well, whatever that shadow was.
Wow. Okay. That speaks volumes about the fear level.
Doesn't it? And things escalate from there. The environment itself turns hostile.
The weather gets worse.
Rain picks up, becomes really heavy, and then the headlights hit something up ahead. Roads blocked.
Blocked how?
Fallen trees. Looks like a landslide event, too. Just completely impassable. No way forward. No signal on his phone either.
So he's trapped. That high-tech fortress is now just a box.
A steel box in the dark, yeah. And whatever was on the roof, well, who knows where it is now.
So trapped, scared. What's his next move? He can't just sit there.
His instinct, maybe a bit desperate, was get help. He spots some lights way off in the distance up on a hill.
Okay. Civilization, maybe?
He hopes so. So he decides to leave the truck.
Wait. After hearing footsteps on the roof, he leaves the super secure cabin.
I know, it sounds crazy, but maybe sheer panic. He grabs a flashlight, a baseball bat for protection.
A baseball bat against whatever that was.
Well, it's something. And he takes Rex with him. They head out into the storm towards those lights.
That feels like a terrible idea.
He regretted it almost instantly. As they're walking, trying to get up this muddy slope towards the lights, he slips.
Oh, no.
Slips badly, twists his ankle, really messes it up, and worse, falls onto something sharp. A piece of wood, maybe? Gets a deep gash.
So now he's injured. Can't walk properly.
Can't walk at all, really. And he's out in the open, in the storm, miles from his truck. Vulnerable.
This is just disaster piling on disaster.
Absolutely. A cascading failure, like you said. He's crawling now, in pain, trying to get somewhere, anywhere.
With Rex.
Yeah, Rex is still with him. And then nearby, they find something unexpected. A small lake, actually quite beautiful, even in the storm. Quiet.
Yeah.
And right next to it, a little wooden hut. Looks totally abandoned.
Shelter. Okay. Better than nothing, I guess.
It's the only option. He manages to crawl inside, dragging himself in.
And what's it like inside this abandoned hut?
This is where it gets really specific and kind of eerie. Place is thick with dust, dirt everywhere, clearly hasn't been used in ages.
Okay.
And he finds stuff, packaged food, but the expiration dates are like 1998, 1999.
Whoa. So 15, 16 years out of date back in 2014?
Exactly. This place hasn't just been empty for a season, it's been abandoned for decades.
That's a long time. What else?
He finds a cupboard, opens it, inside, clothes hanging up, but they're like vintage 80s, 90s styles.
Like someone just left them there and walked away 20 years ago.
That's the feeling. It's a time capsule, a really dusty, creepy time capsule. It had a bed, an old TV too.
Okay, so this isn't just old, it's preserved abandonment. That detail, the dates, it really grounds it, makes it feel real.
It does. It suggests whatever going on in this part of the forest, it's not new, it's been waiting long before his fancy truck showed up.
Right. So he's in the hut, injured, tries to make the bed usable, get some rest maybe.
Tries to, but the place itself feels wrong. And there's a big problem with the hut's layout.
What's that?
A window. A big glass window right next to the bed where he's lying. And no curtains.
Oh, great. So he's got a front row seat to the storm outside.
Yeah.
And whatever might be in the storm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exposed. He tries to settle down, but then Rex...
The dog again. What now?
Rex had calmed down a bit inside the hut, but suddenly he's a bolt upright, hyper alert. The driver said his ears went up like antennas.
Sensing something outside.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Rex starts pacing frantically, running between the door, which the driver had managed to lock somehow, and that exposed window, barking like crazy.
Yeah, the dog knows something's coming.
And then he hears it too. Footsteps.
Oh, God. Outside the hut.
Yes. Coming through the rain, Clear, measured steps, sounding very human.
Yeah.
They stop right outside on the little wooden platform by the door.
For a moment,
And then
a knock.
a knock on the door, yeah.
Yeah. But here's the really unsettling part. It wasn't angry or violent. It was quiet, normal, like someone just politely asking you to come in. That's almost worse. That quiet confidence. Chilling.
Totally chilling. And the driver, his first instinct, maybe thinking it's help, a local, he starts to get up to open the door.
No.
But Rex physically stops him, grabs his jeans in his teeth, and just pulls back. Refuses to let him go near that door.
Good dog.
Yeah.
Rex is the only working security system left at this point.
Pretty much. So the driver stays put, listens, silence outside for a while. He lies back down, probably watching Rex, heart pounding.
And then does it go away?
No, the terror moves inside.
Inside the hut. How?
He's watching Rex, right? And Rex's chain, a heavy metal chain, is lying on the floor near him. He sees the chain move on its own. Just shift.
Okay, that's straight up poltergeist territory.
Simultaneously. Remember that old wooden cupboard? The one with the vintage clothes?
Yeah.
Its door starts to slowly creak open all by itself, making this really distinct, awful sound.
Okay, nope. I'd be losing my mind. Whatever's outside is now messing with things inside.
Exactly. It's manipulating the space. And then, the climax of the whole thing.
Don't tell me it's at the window.
Right by his head. That big, curtainless window. He senses something, looks, and in his peripheral vision, he sees it.
What? What did he see?
He just described it as a very frightening thing, standing right outside the glass,
Yeah.
peering in, staring directly at him.
Oh my God. No description. Just frightening.
That's all he could manage. Pure terror, I guess.
And Rex.
Rex goes absolutely ballistic, barking furiously at the window at the thing.
Did the thing react?
Oh, yeah. It responded to the barking by suddenly pounding violently on the door. Bang, bang, bang. Then it started circling the hut. Slowly. Like it was waiting. Testing the lock.
This is terrifying. What did he do? He's injured, trapped.
All he could do is check the minimal locks again, maybe wedge something against the door, and try to do some basic first aid on his leg wound, just survive the night.
An absolutely agonizing night, I imagine, just watching that window.
Constantly watching. But eventually, somehow, exhaustion must have taken over. He fell asleep.
And woke up when?
Woke up to daylight, and the transformation was stark.
How so?
The same spot, the lake, the hut, the forest that had felt so menacing, so full of ancient dread,
Yeah.
was now beautiful, serene, bathed in morning light. The terror was gone with the darkness.
Wow. Night and day, literally. But he's still injured and far from the truck.
Right. The leg is bad, sprained ankle, deep wound. But somehow, adrenaline maybe, he manages to crawl and hobble his way back to the B500, back to his truck.
Okay, progress. Any signal yet?
Incredibly, yes. He finds a small, temporary patch of reception, just enough to call his base, call for help.
Finally. So rescue's on the way.
On the way, but it took ages. They promised quick help, but the rescue team didn't actually get there until around 1:0 p.m.
Hours later. What took so long?
Well, they needed a proper 4x4 crew with heavy gear. When they arrived, they confirmed how bad the blockage was. They had to clear the fallen trees, deal with the landslide debris. He really was completely cut off all night.
Vindicating his isolation, yeah.
Totally. And his final thought on all this, after he'd had time to process,
What was his conclusion?
he was absolutely convinced, firmly believed, that he and Rex hadn't just stumbled into a bad spot. He felt they were actively followed by something unseen.
From the moment they hit that stretch of forest.
Exactly. That the whole experience, from the footsteps on the roof to the thing at the window, it wasn't random. It was targeted.
Wow. Okay, so let's unpack that. What does this whole terrifying journey really tell us?
Well, for me, it's this stark contrast, isn't it? You've got the peak of modern engineering, this truck designed to mitigate every known risk.
The eye sensors, the auto brakes, the GPS.
All of it.
Yeah.
Designed to save us from ourselves, basically.
Yeah.
But then it comes up against, what? Something ancient, raw, untamable.
And the tech is useless. The truck could handle him falling asleep, but not a knock on a wooden door or a shadow he couldn't bear to look at.
Precisely. And the story sticks with you because of those little details.
Like the dog, Rex, being the real protector.
Yeah, Rex refusing to let him open the door, and those 1990s expiration dates in the hut.
Right, emphasizing how long that place, that feeling, might have been dormant there.
And that moment, with the camera choosing the glitch over the horrifying reality, Denial as a survival mechanism.
So connecting it back to us, to the listener,
Mhm.
what's the takeaway? Isolation, fear.
I think it's about the limits of our control. How technology gives us this illusion of safety, but maybe only against the things we already understand. When the truly unknown steps out of the shadows.
Our sophisticated systems might mean nothing.
Or maybe even worse, which leads to that final thought, that provocative question you mentioned earlier.
Go on.
The driver felt followed, targeted from the start. If, and it's a big if fear or presence or whatever that was operates on some level we don't understand.
Like a frequency, maybe?
Could be. Was the truck's very sophistication, its bright lights cutting through the darkness, its electronic signals, its sheer noisy presence, was that making them easier to find?
Like a beacon in the quiet, ancient forest. Instead of shielding them, did the tech paint a target on their back?
Exactly. Did all that advanced communication tech just turn them into the loudest thing for miles around, attracting the very thing they couldn't defend against?
Something to definitely think about next time your GPS suggests a shortcut down a very dark, very lonely road.
Definitely something to mull over.